Hi, Verbling. My name's Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about letters and sounds of the English language. If you guys have any questions for me or just want to say hi, you can friend me on Facebook and let me know there, or of course, send a message to my Verbling profile. Elcio, welcome to class.
Hello, Michaela.
Hi, Elcio. How are you?
I'm fine. Long time no see.
It has been a long time. How have you been?
I have been tired, exhausted.
Working a lot?
Yes. Are you go back to the United States?
Yeah, actually right now I'm in my brother's place, and I'm here for the holidays at least, and maybe a little longer. So that's the Arizona flag in the background over there.
Yeah.
But it's a good vacation for me. I'm resting.
Only vacation? Are you go back to Brazil?
I think I will go back to Brazil, but I'm not sure when yet. I'll probably have a few months here first.
Okay.
Settle in, spend some time with my family before going out again.
It's good for me because it's the new timetable
Yeah.
to get class.
Yeah, exactly. Some students are like, what the heck? Your schedule is totally different. And then other students are like, yeah, you changed your schedule. I'm glad that you can make these classes now, Elcio.
Thank you, Michaela.
And John, welcome to class.
Hey, hello. How are you?
Good. How are you, John?
I'm fine, thank you.
Awesome. Yeah, it's been a long time for you too. You like to take late night classes?
Yeah. Have a long time. 2 weeks, maybe.
All right. And Maria, welcome back. I saw you earlier today.
Yeah, hello, Michaela. How are you?
Hey, Maria. Doing well. And Adela.
Hello, Michaela.
Good to have you here too, Adela.
Fine.
Awesome. So let's get started. The notes are attached to the class main page underneath where you can click join, so it should be a blue link there. If you don't have the link open already, I'll screen share so you guys can see what we're looking at. And today we're talking about sounds. It's going to be kind of a pronunciation class. So first off, I want to know how you guys practice pronunciation already, or how you're going to start practicing pronunciation from today on. And I'm going to make this a little bigger so you guys can see it better. So how are you guys going to practice your pronunciation? Maria, what are your habits for pronunciation practice?
Listen to music, watching TV in English. Sometimes I practice my English with my husband. That's it.
All right, so those are some good activities. Listening definitely helps your pronunciation. Next up, a new student for me, Juanma or Juanma?
Juanma.
Juanma. Welcome to class, Juanma. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, teacher.
All right, Juanma, can you share some study tips for us? How do you practice pronunciation?
For example, I have an app on my iPhone. It's called iTranslate, and I can record my voice, and after hear it, listen to it.
Excellent.
Thank you.
That is actually a great suggestion for practicing, and it's one of the ones that I give to students frequently, is to record yourself and then listen to yourself, because that definitely is helpful. John, do you have any suggestions? How do you practice speaking and pronunciation?
I practice in the Google Translate. I use the speech input feature, so I speak and see if the Google is understanding what I'm saying.
Nice.
And I can listen to the word and see what I'm speaking wrong and
perfect.
Correct.
Yeah, listening and repeating is a great way to practice pronunciation. Thanks, John. All right, Elcio, share some study tips for us. Can you think of another way to practice pronunciation?
I use it in my smartphone and a Windows phone. I talk with the Cortana, the personal assistant.
That's really
And
funny, like a Siri type
yeah,
thing?
I have in my house exchange students to practice too.
Excellent. So you've got a couple of ways.
Yeah.
Great. Thanks, Elcio. Ooh, I'm going to have trouble saying this. Gregor?
Hi.
Can you just say Gregor?
Yeah, it's just call me Greg. It's Grzegorz, but just call me Greg. It will be easier.
Okay. All right, yes, Greg will be easier. Thanks for the help, Greg. And can you give us some study tips? How do you practice pronunciation?
Actually, I don't practice too much. For the last couple of months, I try to follow the most commonly mispronounced words on the internet, and I do sometimes make a quick review of the silent letters. But actually, the best tip is for when you actually need someone and you'll be embarrassed if the person who just say this thing to someone will not understand you. So that will be the best tip, to just pay attention next time what you are saying.
Mm-hmm. All right. Yeah, those are some good tips for sure. Thanks, Greg. And Adela, last up, give us some study tips. What are other great ways to practice pronunciation?
I listen to the radio when I drive on my car. I have a channel, no? In Spain, they are a Bogan radio. This is in English, and with my smartphone, because I have some application about 6 minute BBC or Flight Mates. Sometimes to connect to listen.
Great. Thank you, Adela. So some of these you already mentioned, but I'll give you guys a couple suggestions as well. Listen to a recording and repeat. That one someone already said. And I think I also heard record and replay to get perspective. So if you listen to yourself, sometimes you get a different perspective than when you are inside your head listening to yourself. So recording yourself is important. Minimal pairs is something that I've done in a few other pronunciation classes, and they're great. Does everyone know what a minimal pair is?
No.
No.
Does anybody know what a minimal pair is?
Maybe pairs are very close.
Uh-huh. Exactly. So can you give us an example?
For example, sheep and sheep. I don't pronounce.
Yes, exactly. So two words that differ by only one sound kind of isolates sounds for you to practice. So the difference between, I think you said ship and sheet, or something like that? Ship and sheep? Maybe? Anyways, so ship and sheep differ only in their vowel sound, which gives you kind of a forced practice, making the difference between different vowel sounds or consonant sounds, and that can be really helpful. And we'll do a little bit with that later in class today. So if you still don't quite know what it is, just wait, you'll see some good examples. Another way you can practice is by watching yourself in the mirror, because the way your mouth forms the letters is really important, and a lot of times you can see the difference between the way your mouth is moving and the way a native speaker's mouth is moving. And that's also the reason that it's much easier to understand a person when you can see their mouth versus when you cannot see their mouth, because the pronunciation is clear from the way they're moving their lips. Singing is kind of a fun pronunciation tip as well. You can sing in the car. And tongue twisters, which we will see today as well. All right. Any other suggestions on ways to practice pronunciation before we get into vowel sounds? I see we've got one more suggestion in the chat box. It's a great one from Maria. I use Farlex Dictionary. It has pronunciation, and I listen to it. It is a good application for a tablet or a cell phone. And we've got a couple examples of minimal pairs. Which with which. Awesome. Okay. So let's get started with vowel sounds then. We're going to talk about all of the most common vowel sounds in the English language. There may be one or two that are not on this list, but most of those would be like regional dialects or ones that are not necessary for a standard pronunciation of English. So we've got 5 short vowel sounds that are pretty important. Let's have Maria read that section. Maria, can you read the vowel sounds plus their examples?
Okay. Short A. E and as after. The one line or?
All of it. All of these.
Okay. Short E. E, pen, hand, len. Short I. In, it, in. Short O. In top, hop. Short U. In, under, cup.
Thank you very much. Then we've got 6 long vowel sounds. And let's have Juanma read those.
Okay. Long A. In make, take. Long E. In beat, feed. Long I. In tie, lie. Long O. In coat, toe. Long U. In rule. Long double O. In few and blue.
Thank you very much. All right. So those are all the general vowel sounds, but sometimes they sound a little bit different when they're combined with an R. So we have a different set for our combined vowel sounds. I'm going to highlight those and ask John to read them for us.
Okay. Word in hurt, bird, and hurt. R in bark, dark. R in fork, pork, stark.
Excellent. Great pronunciation. And Lipe, did I say your name right? New student? Lipe?
Hi, teacher.
Hey there. Good to
Hello.
meet you. Where are you from?
I'm from Brazil.
Excellent. And did I say your name right? Lipe?
Yes. You did say exactly like you
All
said
right.
it like this. Yes.
Great. Welcome to class.
Thank you.
Okay. And I'm going to read the diphthongs. So diphthongs are vowel sounds that are kind of multiple vowel sounds squished together. So we have A, I, ow, oi, and o, as in ray, ride, how, boy, and no. And I'm going to unscreen share for a second so you guys can watch me read those and watch my mouth, because you can see that I'm making more than one vowel sound. Ray, ride, how, boy, no. So you can see my mouth moves with the different vowel sounds. All right, any questions on those? Anything we've gone over so far?
No, it's
Awesome.
clear.
Great. Then we have a super fun exercise with vowels. So this is a list of minimal pairs, sets of 2 and then at the end 3, that use vowels as the changing element. I'm going to read it through once and then ask all you guys to read it through as well, and I might point out a couple words that I think you could work on to improve that particular vowel sound. So I'll read it. Sit, seat. Desk, disc. Wet, wait. Bat, butt. Sew, saw. Not, note. Bad, bed. Fast, first. Wade, wide. Bowel, boil, bowl. All right, so those utilize maybe not all of the vowel sounds, but a really large variety of vowel sounds, and it's a pretty good indicator of where you might need to practice. So let's have everyone read this through once. Adela, can you start for us?
The tongue twister?
No, with the comparison of vowel sounds. All those.
Okay, sorry. Z, zit, desk, disc, wet, white, bat, bat, so, not, note, bad, bed, fast, fast, wide, wade, wide, bowl, boil, ball.
Great. Well done. For you, I would say the words first and wait are vowel sounds that you could improve upon a little bit.
First, wait.
Sounding better already. All right. Greg, would you like to give it a read through? Greg, are you there? All right, Greg, you're muted. If you need any help with your audio, let me know in the chat box. Otherwise, Elsia, will you give that a read through?
Okay. Sit, set, desk, disc, wet, wait, bet, but, so, saw, not, note, bed, bed, fast, first, wait, wide, boil, boil, bowl.
All right, great. So these two in the beginning, it sounds like you almost swapped the vowel sounds. The first one is sit, short E, I, and the second one is long E, E. And these two I think you could maybe improve upon as well, the note and not, or sorry, opposite way. Not, the first one, and note, the second one.
Not, note.
Awesome. Okay, thanks, Elcio. John, do you want to give it a read through?
Yeah. Okay. Sit, seat. Desk, disc. Wet, wait. Bat, but. So, saw. Not, note. Bad, bad. Fast, first. Wait, wait, wide. Bowl, boil, ball.
All right. Well done. And just because you put that comment in the chat box, I'll give you a quick example. You said you have trouble distinguishing between the words bed and bad. And I would agree that they're really similar vowel sounds, but this would be one that's good to practice in the mirror because you can see the difference in the mouth of the person who says it. So bad is a much wider vowel sound, as in, you know, something that's not good is bad, much wider and open vowel sound than bed, which is kind of more closed. Ah.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried that. I don't know if I can't hear the difference when I'm saying, when I'm speaking.
Ah, interesting. All right, well, you sounded pretty good to me, so.
Okay. Nice.
All right. Next up, Juanma, would you like to give the vowel list a try?
Okay. Tongue twisters.
Nope. Above that. Comparison of vowel sounds.
Okay. Sit, set. Desk, disc. Wet, wait. Bat, bat. So, saw. Not, note. Bad, bed. Fast, first. White, wheat, wait. Bowl, boil, bowl.
Awesome. All right, for you, I'm going to say this vowel sound did not really sound like a long I, so make sure it's an E sound. And I would say you probably could improve upon these two as well. They're the diphthongs. They're wade and wide.
Wade and wide.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right, Leapy, you're up next. Give us a good read of the comparison of vowel sounds.
Sorry.
Read the comparison of vowel sounds for us.
Okay. Sit, seat. Desk, desk, disc. Wait, wet, wait. Bat, but. So, saw. Not, note. Bad, bad. Fast, first. Wide, wet, wide. Boil, boil. Bow. I don't know. There's last three.
All right, so the last three are bowel, boil, and bowl.
Bowel, boil, bowl.
Mm-hmm. And this one
Bow,
here is a
bowl,
diphthong, so it's wade.
wade.
Mm-hmm. Great. And as a note for all of you guys, if you guys didn't think that this was a very hard exercise, one thing you can do for yourself is try to say it faster and faster, because sometimes just adding a little speed makes it a lot more difficult. And last up is Maria. Can you read the comparison of vowel sounds for us?
Yes. Sit, desk, this, wet, wait, bat, so, not, note, bad, bed, fast, first, way, wide, bowel, boil, bowl.
Awesome. I would say if you could work on anything, it would be this short I sound. The I sound is in disc and sit. All right. Great job, guys. Let's do a couple tongue twisters. This is another great practice exercise. So I found some that kind of focus on vowel changes. And I'm going to let you guys choose which one you like best to practice for a second and then read aloud. This will be kind of quick. We're not going to spend that much time on it. But I'll read all of these through once just so you guys are clear on how they should be pronounced. And then you guys can pick your favorite and practice for a couple seconds before we read them. A bloke's back bike brake block broke. That was number one. Next one, which I know these are numbered improperly, but the next one. Flee from frog. See? Tongue twisters. Flee from fog to fight flew fast. Number three. A big black bug bit a big black bear, made a big black bear bleed blood. Next up. Bored birds barred Barry from further harm. Next up. Carl cursed as he cavorted after 4 beers. That should have an S on it. And the last one, in fact, bears are usually barred from beer bars if they do drink. And of course, whichever one you choose, you have to repeat it 2 or 3 times depending on the number at the end. So I'll give you guys just a couple seconds to practice those. You can mute yourselves while you practice. Oh, and Greg, I'm sorry, if you wanted to get a chance to read the vowel comparison, you can also do that when I come around and ask for people to repeat. You can do the vowel sound exercise with that as well.
Okay.
All right, Maria, give us your best version. Try and go as fast as possible with one of these tongue twisters.
Okay. 1. A block's back bike brake block broke.
Awesome. 2 more times.
A block's back bike brake block broke. A block back bike brake block broke.
Great. Thank you, Maria. Good job. All right, Leapy, which one did you choose? Give it to us.
Okay. Which one? Which one?
Whichever one you want to choose.
Oh, okay. Flee from fog to fight flew fast. Flee from fog to fight flew fast. Flee from fog to fight flew fast.
Awesome. Thanks, Sleepy. Juanma, you're up.
Yes, I have chosen the last one.
Alright.
In fact, bears are usually barred from beer bars if they do drink. In fact, bears are usually barred from beer bars if they do drink.
Awesome. Thank you very much. John, which did you pick?
The turf. A big black bug bit a big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood. A big black bug bit a big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood. Okay.
All right, great. Thanks, John. Elcio, go for it.
Can I choose one?
Uh-huh.
Number 1.
Go ahead.
A block back a block back bike brake block broke. A blocks back bike brake block broke. A blocks back bike brake block broke.
Excellent. The third time, I think, was the best. Great job, Elcio. All right, Greg, go for it. You can read us one of those, and then I'll ask you to read the vowel exercise if you want to.
Okay. So a big black bag bit a big black bear, made the black bear bleed blood. A big black bag bit a big black bear, made the big black bear bleed blood.
Excellent. That's a tough one. All right, you want to try the vowel comparison?
Yes.
Go for it.
Sit, seat, desk, disc, wet, wait, but, so, not, note, but, bed, fast, first, wait, wide, bowl, boil, bowl.
Awesome. That's tough. Okay. I think the word note maybe could be improved on, and then, of course, the short I as well, as in sit and disc.
Sit, disc.
Yeah. Awesome.
Not. So.
All right. Sounds good. And we just have one more person. Adela, will you read us your tongue twister?
Okay. Flee from 4 to 5 flew fast. Flee from 4 to 5 flew fast. Flee from 4 to fight flew fast.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. All right. So now that we've talked all about the vowels and done a little practice there, we're going to talk about consonants, of course, and all the different sounds that they have. I don't know. Can you guys see this? It's kind of small, huh?
It's visible.
I wish I could make it bigger, but it looks like I can only make it bigger like one square at a time, which is kind of annoying. But let's try. So each of these has a letter in it, plus the sound, so you can see that B has just one sound in English, but C has more than one sound. And then on the right, there are examples. So it'll give you, for instance, for C, it shows you an example of C when it's pronounced as an S, as in center, as well as cry, where it's got a harder K-like sound. So if I ask you to read a letter, just read it across like that. Say the name of the letter, like B, and then the sound B, and then baby, best, buy, bring, blind, absent, about, number, labor, Robert, and tub. And if you guys are curious, they're in an order. So in the beginning, they start with the letter. Then we have a couple where it's in the middle of a word. And then at the end, it's towards the end. So tub ends with B. So that's the order they go in. All right, let's go the opposite order this time. Adela, will you read C for us?
C and K. Center, seller, cigarette, cinema, agency, notice, cake, come, cucumber, clean, cry, scratch, act, and panic.
Thank you very much. On to the rest of the alphabet. The next one is for Greg.
Day, dear, die, door, duty, admire, hidden, lady, kind, right, ended.
Awesome. Alcio, give us F.
F. Fast female. 5 forests. Funt. Fry. Flight. Often. Deaf. Cuff.
Thank you very much.
Cuff.
Cuff, yeah. All right. John, do G.
Okay. G is the sounds G, J, and ZH. I don't know.
It's G, which was right for the first one. The second one is J, and the last one is J. So the last one's kind of the softest sound.
Okay. Game, gap, get, go, gun, great, global, giggle, ago, begin, dog, egg, general, gin, giant, agent, suggest, Egypt, energy, huge, manage, mirage, garage, beige, and hook.
Okay. Just a quick note on these two, the mirage and garage, they kind of have more of an open A sound. Ah.
Okay.
All right. H is the next up, and that one is for Juanma.
Yes. Hair, help, history, home, hotel, hunt, behind, inherit, hour, honor, honest, hair, vehicle, Sarah.
Interesting. Okay. So this one is divided. You can see there's like a little semicolon here. The first half is with the H sound, hair, help, history. But these last 6 words here are the words that don't actually get an H pronunciation, because sometimes we use H without pronunciation in English. So that would be hour, honor, honest, air, vehicle, and Sarah. All right. J, kind of a short one. Leapy, will you do J for us?
Okay. Just jam, Jane, Jet, Jelly, Jim, Jingle, Joke, John, June, just.
Thank you very much. And Maria, K.
Okay. I don't know what is the sound. K.
K.
K. K. Kind. Kill. Kilogram. Sky. Blanket. Break. Take. Look.
Thank you very much. And back to Adela with L.
Late, let, live, alone, close, slim, please, old, nicely, table, file, null.
Thank you very much. M, Greg.
The letter M. Okay. Make, man, mind, mother, must, my, common, summer, name, form, team.
Awesome. N, Alcio.
And napkin, never, night, no, nuclear, fun, funny, students, kindness, dawn, and sun.
Great. And these last two, I know it's kind of funny, but I feel like Brazilians sometimes have a hard time with N's at the end of words, just because in Portuguese it's pronounced so differently. But in English, it's kind of a harder N sound, like sun and none in the front of your mouth versus a sound that's a little more nasally in the back.
Sun and?
Sun, none,
Sun,
and ton.
Sun and ton.
Yeah, that was a lot better. All right. P, John.
Okay, P, sound P. Paper, person, pick, power, public, repair, apple, keep, top, crisp.
Thank you very much. Q is for Juanma.
Okay. Quality, question, quite, quote, equal, require, unique, technique, antique, and grotesque.
Thank you very much. R is for Leapy. Leapy, are you there?
Sorry, yes, I am.
Go ahead. R.
Rain, red, rise, breathe, grow, scream, truck, arrive, hurry, thumb, more, car.
Thank you very much. S. Maria.
R. Sorry. Is S the next?
Mhm.
Yes. S and vibration with Z. I'm not sure. Send, sample, song, system, street, love, keys, release, cause, present, reason, realism, advice, always, is, was.
Thank you very much. T. Back to Adela.
Task, tell, time, turn, tune, hotel, attentive, student, out, rest.
Thank you. V. Greg.
Vast, vain, vivid, voice, event, review, invest, give, move, active.
Thanks. W. Elcio.
W sounds like W. Wow. War. Way. West or west?
West.
West. Wind. Words. Woods. Swear. Swim. 20. Twist.
Excellent. Thank you very much. X. John.
Ok, X, som de X. Exercise, exchange, expect, ex-wife, axis, fix, relax, exam, exact, executive, exert, exist, exit, exude, channel, xerox, xenophobia, xylophone.
All right.
The last one, sorry.
The last 5 sound like a Z
Yeah.
sound. So it would be xenon, xerox, xenophobia, and xylophone.
Oh, Z. Okay.
All right. And the very last letter we have is for Juanma. It's Z.
Zero, Zoo, Horizon, Puzzle, Crazy, Organize, Quiz, Jazz, Pizza, Mozart, Nazi, Waltz.
Thanks. And this word here is actually puzzle.
Puzzle.
All right, and I wanted to make one little note of the T sound as well, just because the T sound is not, it's something that exists in a lot of languages, so people don't usually have that much trouble with it, but the American T is like a little bit different, and it also can be pronounced a little different depending on the place it's in, but we won't go over that today. The American T usually sounds a little softer than most T's that are based in Romance languages or many other languages, so the American T is a little more like t, t, instead of the harder t, t. And that might be hard to hear, but I just wanted to mention it because it's a small thing that can kind of improve your pronunciation a little bit.
But just a question, simple.
Yeah.
Because I noticed this one of the tricks in American English was that sometimes T sounds like D. So when we actually will know when we should pronounce as T, as D, and as T as soft T, and and so on.
Well, there are some general rules, but of course in English everything's pretty irregular. But generally I would say if a T starts the word, it'll probably be a softer T, like the first 3 we have here, task, tell, and time. So those are kind of more like, instead of putting your tongue with the tip, it's kind of like you're putting more of your tongue against the roof of your mouth. That's how you make it sound a little softer. So instead of task, it's task, task. But as far as when it sounds like a D, a way to tell if, or a way to predict if it's going to sound like a D is if you have a lot of consonants in the area, like for instance the word bottle or butter. So the word butter, since it's got two T's and we've got vowels on either side, it becomes what we call a flap, meaning that instead of sounding like a soft T like butter, it sounds like butter. It's almost like you're rolling your tongue, like when a lot of people make their R sound, they move their tongue in this really fast way, and it's sort of similar to make butter or bottle. So it sounds a little like a D, even though it's really a little different even than a D. It's just called a flap. So you just kind of throw your tongue against the roof of your mouth to make that sound.
So in this example, it will be attentive or attentative, because here's the double T.
This word here?
Yes.
That word has a normal T sound or kind of the soft T sound, and like I said, it's a little irregular, so it's sometimes hard to predict when we're going to use one and when we're going to use another. But yeah, in butter we use the flap, and in attentative we use the full sound. And I guess maybe it's because attentative is a Latin-based word. I believe that has Latin roots. So maybe that's why, or maybe it's a totally other reason. All I can say is that attentative has a soft T and butter has a flap, kind of D sounding.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. And then there's one other thing, since we're talking in depth about T, that we can talk about, and that's at the end of a word, pretty much consistently, anytime it ends a word, it doesn't get a full pronunciation. It stops in the back of your throat. Well, I guess except for rest. So, for instance, the word boat, I usually don't say boat. Boat. I don't usually say that, unless I'm exaggerating my pronunciation for some particular reason. Usually I say boat or got instead of got, or basket instead of basket. So that's one other variation that we have of the T sound, and it stops in your throat instead of coming all the way through to your mouth. And these aren't super important distinctions, but it's good to know when you're listening to someone what you might hear, because it's distinctly different than other T sounds that we make. All right. Any questions on all that before we move on? Then let's do it.
No.
There are a few sounds that we still haven't gone over, and those are sounds that are made by multiple letters. So let's think of what those are. We've got PH, we've got CH, but what else do we have? You guys can shout it out. What other combinations of letters make different sounds? How about Maria? Can you give us some?
Choose like PH and CH.
Mm-hmm. So PH makes the S sound, CH makes a ch sound.
And philosophy is the PH.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Cheat.
Mm-hmm.
Philanthropy.
Excellent. Yeah, those are some great examples. And can you think of any other combinations that make a new sound, Maria? Like similar to the PH and the CH, are there any other combinations, maybe with H, that make a different sound entirely?
House, but H like a vowel, no, like a consonant. So, is necessary diphthongs in the example, or
it's kind of like diphthongs because we're using multiple sounds in some cases, but it's not exactly like a diphthong because, for instance, when we use PH, it makes an F sound, but the sound is just one, even though we use 2 letters to represent that sound. So it's kind of similar, you're right. And let's have Elcio think of a couple more for us. Elcio, can you think of any other letter combinations, consonant letter combinations that make a different kind of sound?
Other, instead of PH and CH, in English, we have a lot of consonants, like TH.
Yes, exactly.
And WH. And can be ST.
All right, we'll include that.
SCEST.
All right, excellent. Thank you. And Greg, can you give us a couple more?
Yes. It will be hard. I don't know. You had to give me an example right now.
Okay, this is kind of a hard one, but I'll put some in the chat box for you guys so you can see what I was going for here. We have some letter combinations like TH, which make a sound that is not represented by a single letter in English. So that's the only way we have of representing that sound. And it actually makes 2 sounds. We have thumb, like thumb, and we have they. So one has a larger voice, they, you use your vocal cords, and thumb is a much quieter sound because we're not using our vocal cords. And then some other ones I included just for the fun of it is SCH. Sometimes we pronounce that like school. And other times it sounds a little bit more like the SH, which is the next one we have. Got SH as well. Then I put in OUGH because sometimes the OUGH sound makes an F sound, as in the word rough, and other times it doesn't. Other times it's just a vowel sound. Sometimes it's silent.
Enough?
Enough. And rough. Excellent example. Thank you, Maria. All right. And then I added, of course, Elcio's examples as well. WH, which can sometimes be like the W sound, like what, and other times it's more like an H sound, like who. And then the SC sound, which would be like science. That actually kind of just makes the S sound. But they're good letter combinations to know. All right, we have just a couple letters to go through now. A couple notes on the letter Y and the letter W. So let's read through those. And I'm going to ask, let's see, how about John? Will you read about the letter Y for us? We've got a little note here on it.
Read? Sorry?
Read about the Y sound, this one here where I'm highlighting.
Okay. Note number 1, the letter Y. The letter Y can function as a vowel or as a consonant. As a vowel, I has the vowel sound I, and I and I. As a consonant, I has the consonant sound. I forget the sound.
That one's just normal. Yeah.
Okay. This I semi-vowel sound, usually at the end, beginning of the word, and only in the syllable before a vowel. I, baby, hurry, lyrics, mystery. I, buy, try, rely, nylon, and type. And yeah, yacht, yard, year, yes, yet, youth, you, young, Yukon.
Thank you very much. So that last one is not actually considered a vowel sound, and that's just because of the way we produce it. Our mouth is more closed, because vowel sounds are like you create this hollow space in your mouth and then you let air through it. But the last one is a little different than that. So we don't consider it a vowel sound, but the first two are a vowel sound, which is why a lot of people learn the vowels are A, E, I, O, U, and sometimes Y. So this is why sometimes Y, because sometimes it is a vowel and sometimes it's not. And a quick note on the letter W. How about Lipi? Can you read that for us?
Okay, teacher. The letter W represents the vowel sounds U in the diphthongs O and OU. Now, how, O, brown, low, long, on, bow.
Thanks. So again, this is kind of like a semi-vowel. Sometimes it does make a vowel sound, even though we don't consider it a vowel. Okay, so what about silent letters? Now that we've gone through all of the different sounds that letters can possibly make, now let's talk a little bit about when we have letters that don't make any sound. How about Juanma? Can you think of any examples of a letter that's in a word but it's not pronounced?
For example, the letter H, but I don't remember any word.
Got it. Yeah, you're totally right. H is frequently in words, but it's not pronounced, like the word hour, maybe.
For example, hour. Yes.
Excellent. Anything else?
I don't remember, sorry.
No problem. How about Maria? Can you think of any?
TH, sometimes.
Did you say GH or T?
TH, for example, think,
So are you saying the H is silent in that case?
yes, no with the star and the word. With the TH sometimes is silent, is a consonant silent.
Yeah, so sometimes we don't use our vocal cords in order to make that sound, but it does still produce a little bit of a sound because we have the, you can hear that. So it's not totally silent, although we don't use our vocal cords. I'll give you guys a couple examples of the kind of stuff that we're going to talk about now. A word like no, where the K is totally silent. It makes no sound. And Elcio gave us a good example, island, where the S makes no sound. The other example is not as good. The word center, we do pronounce the T.
Center.
Center. Yeah, I guess sometimes we kind of skip over
almost
that.
without.
Yeah, almost. Totally. Yeah, and I think it might depend on the person and the situation. So maybe sometimes we don't pronounce that T. And one more example from Juanma is good. Honest. We've got another silent H. We also have words like through, where the GH is silent, and the one from Greg, where the L is silent. The word talk, we really do not pronounce that L at all. So, in English, we've got a lot of silent letters. Bomb is another really good one. The last B is silent. And the word listen, the T is silent. And as well as in castle, the T is silent. And in comb, the B is silent. Climb is another one where the B is silent. So we have some that appear more frequently as silent letters, like B and K, I guess, in night and knife and no. But for the large majority of words, it's pretty irregular. So it's kind of something that you have to learn as you go. Empty. So Maria, in the word empty, which letter is silent? The P?
Yes.
Yeah, sometimes people do say empty without actually pronouncing that P. Well done. Okay. Any others you guys have?
Christmas.
Ooh, excellent. So which letters are silent in Christmas?
H.
The H, definitely, and there's one more.
And the T.
Yeah, the T usually isn't pronounced either. All right. So, as you can see, English is impossible, right? You got to give up now because there's a lot of these letters that are very irregular and just we throw them in and they make no sound. But reviewing them and kind of practicing is a good way to help remember those things. Now, we're not going to finish this document, but just so you guys know, we had a little note on homonyms, homophones, and homographs. So same spelling, different meaning is homonyms, different spelling, same meaning is homophones, and same spelling, different pronunciation, different meanings is homographs. And you guys can read through those on your own. And if you have any questions, just let me know in the next class or on Facebook or on my Verbling profile. You can send me a message there. Do you guys have any questions before we finish up and go our separate ways?
No.
No, it's fine.
All right. Well, I had a lot of fun. Thank you guys for coming today, and have a good weekend. I guess it's not quite the weekend yet, but anyways, have a good weekend.
Bye.
Start your weekend early. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi, Verbling. My name is Michaela. I'm from Phoenix, Arizona, and today we're talking about parts of speech. Fernando, welcome to class.
Hi, teacher. How are you?
Good. How are you, Fernando?
Thank you.